Morning, everyone. From the Ostrich farm this morning. It's been a long night. Sorry. Oh, we have an amazing crew of people that have been watching the farm over the night. We everybody's kind of slept in their vehicles and just doing all their little parts around here that are so significant in the wheelhouse of trying to still stand up for change. It's a beautiful day here today. The sun is shining. Birds are out and they're happy, and they are healthy. Remember, 120 days I think now today. Happy, healthy, beautiful big ostriches with their big beautiful eyes that you look in and you see the world back at you. So just remember that these are the animals that the Canadian Food Inspection Agency is just hell-bent on killing, with all based off their 2 PCR tests from December 30th. So 2 PCR tests, and we all know the controversy behind the PCR tests, ran at super high cycles, and that's why we're here today. I can't even believe it, but then I do believe it. You know, these very organizations, like I keep saying and repeating, because they have way too much power. They have no accountability. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency does not show up when these third-party contractor killers are coming to your farm. They just sit behind their desk and they push paper, and they just sign off animals' lives like they're, I don't know, signing checks for payroll. And we're losing millions of animals. Millions of animals are not necessarily dying by their policy, by their absolute, their ignorance. It's just, it's ignorance. It's pure ignorance. It's uneducation, lack of education. Anyways, I just, we need to stand up. So stand up for our local farmers. We're under attack. That's what we're standing up for here in Edgewood, British Columbia, with our 400 ostriches. We are standing up for change because our eyes have been opened. Sure, at the beginning of this, it all started with save our research, because our research really can do something amazing for humanity. We can use it to help heal people. We can help it to stabilize viruses, just like we have this one, and we can, we can fog barns with commercial poultry facilities and give them their antibodies. I keep scratching my head and I wonder why. I'm like, how are we here? How, if we're threatening a pandemic, and globally, they've threatened it in the States, they're threatening that word everywhere right now, how would we not want to use science and research that has been developed for the very opportunity to take care of something like this? But then we do know. I mean, we're at war here. It's basically with Big Pharma, right? So we're taking away the piece of the pie from Big Pharma, and they don't want anything natural, nutraceuticals, natural antibodies. Imagine that, if we could prove to the world that the benefits of a nutraceutical, and that we could all just enhance our natural antibodies. Yes, we just need to stand up. We need to create change. We are sitting here and we are scared. We don't know what we're going to see. We don't know what we're going to witness, and we don't know how exactly it's going to happen. We don't know if our lawyers, they're working on everything desperately, but the Canadian Food Inspection Agency just really has way too much power. Like I said again, based off suspicion, they can come on your property and kill everything that you have. We have had no retesting. We're still threatened that 6 months in jail and $250,000 fine should we test our own animals. What world should you be scared to test or treat is in there? Actually, you can't even treat your own animals. So you can imagine how lethargic and sick everybody's farms would look if, as soon as you're under quarantine, you're not even allowed to use the treatment on your own animals that you've known how to use for decades, and it works. the one thing that they did know from the beginning of this, because we didn't think H5N1 at all in our ostriches, because the symptoms were the same as back in 2020 when we had an illness here. But when our vet did the gold standard sample of a tissue sample, it came back positive for Pseudomonas bacteria, not H5N1. So, back then we lost 10 birds, and here we are today. And they haven't done any more testing. They have this 2 controversial PCR tests, no water samples, no soil samples, no tissue samples, no autopsies, no blood. And here we are trying to protect them we want to test them. We're trying to fight for the testing. But we were protecting them in the beginning by treating them. And so we were treating them. We told them that we were treating them. So that was kind of out in the open. And so they couldn't really come after us for the treatment portion of the quarantine policy law, which would still make us susceptible to 6 months in jail and a $250,000 fine. But you could imagine how lethargic and stuff that some of these, farmers' animals and stuff would look if they just got quarantined and told they can't treat them. Why can't we treat those animals? Are you scared that maybe they're going to get better? Here we have now our flock, who is, a recovered herd. And we're getting a lot of really interesting calls from a lot of vets who are saying they're calling their high ups and saying, we have a recovered flock. Do we have any data or research on recovered flocks with H5N1? What are we doing? Killing this opportunity to study a recovered flock and their blood and their analysis and see what we could learn from this. Because most of the cases, when avian influenza hits a farm or it's a commercial poultry facility that they're all housed indoors and they're close together, there's 20 to 30,000 animals dead overnight. And then they go in and they don't even if there was 10 that survived, they all have to die. Rather than just quarantining those 10, keeping those 10 chickens that probably gained a herd immunity alive and letting them breed. Those are the ones that you want. Those are the ones that you want them to have babies, because they're going to have their antibodies. But anyways, they die fast. And in an enclosed situation, we're an open air situation. We're flightless animals. We are not for food consumption. And we have an opportunity here to see what would happen if we allowed the virus to burn out and allow just to go through the flock like nature intends, and we have a recovered flock situation. So I really hope that somebody's going to knock on the right door, send the right email, or make the right phone call and whisper in the right ear, and we still have hope. My mom and I send you so much gratitude and love from here at Universal Ostrich. Please come out and show your support. We need numbers. The opinion of people matter, and we can show that by numbers here. So 301 Langille Road, Langille Road, in Edgewood, British Columbia. And we have a huge field open for camping. Come and take the pictures with these big prehistoric beautiful animals. There's a fire going all the time. There's outhouses, and we just really hope to see you soon. It's a pleasure being on this journey with so many great people that are like-minded and just are so caring and loving. So our farm and our animals, my mom and I, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your continued support. Please share, care, love. If you do come, this is a peaceful, humble place of kindness and gratitude. Some of the most change can come from those places. So anybody that's going to be aggressive or that will be asked to leave. That's not what we stand for here. So we're just trying to make the biggest change with the most love. I thank you, everybody. I love you. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.